A few spectacular years ago, there was a movie released, a live-action adaptation of an anime that all of us know and love, especially those who grew up in the late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, called Speed Racer, okay? And this movie was compared to someone loading yourself up into a dryer with a box of sparklers and fireworks and lighting the fuse and starting the dryer. Basically a big, bright, colorful mess. This movie was not a big, bright, colorful mess, but it was a lot brighter than any other Marvel film that we've seen to date, okay? So, yeah, there's that.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey guys and girls, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for your continued support. I love you all so very much. You guys are awesome. Today's review is going to be about an amazing addition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Thor Ragnarok, which is the third film in the trifecta of Thor films that we've gotten. Of course, the first one being Thor, the second one being Thor the Dark World, and then Thor Ragnarok. Now, in my intro, I likened this to being thrown in a dryer with a whole lot of fireworks, and they're just going off everywhere, and you're going round and round and round. So, but where it differs from that, terrible movie that Speed Racer was, this one was actually really, really good. Chris Hemsworth, of course, reprises his role as Thor, the mighty god of thunder. Tom Hiddleston is reprising his role as Loki, and as a surprise guest, you saw it in the trailers, he's in the movie. Mark Ruffalo's The Incredible Hulk has made it onto Thor's universe, and I gotta say, the two of them working in tandem plus Loki was actually a sight to behold. It really was. I have never seen the two brothers actually work together as well as they did, especially with the circumstances that are going on in this movie. So if you've seen the trailer, you probably already know what's going on. Hela, which is the goddess of death in Norse, has come back. She has returned. She has broken Thor's hammer. You saw that in the trailer, so that's not spoiler territory. She broke Thor's hammer, threw it right at her, and just broke it. Just crumbles. Done. Just, it's there. And it's not, you can't. Ugh. So now he's trying to stop her from going back to Asgard and destroying everything he knows and loves, because he's technically the king of Asgard. He's leaving the throne basically empty for anyone to basically come and usurp, I guess, because he's helping the Avengers out and everything of this nature. And she goes to Asgard and just screws everything up, and he ends up on this really weird planet where he has to fight. They cut off his hair. I didn't particularly care for that. The long hair, the cape, it kind of does Thor justice. And now we have Jeff Goldblum, and he's wearing half blue lipstick, and this is where the movie gets really weird. But stick with it, because it's actually not a bad film. Now, like every Marvel movie, it's predecessing, okay? This thing suffers from a long plague of villain ridiculousness. Their villains are bright and colorful, and they really don't have any place in the movie. They're there just to have conflict with the main hero, and the conflict isn't really all that dire. But the writing in the Marvel movies, the characters are so iconic that we just kind of glaze over it, and this happens in this movie as well. Jeff Goldblum's character can be considered as your main enemy in the whole film, and he's I was gonna say yeah, he's Jeff Goldblum. I mean, he's the same character in everything you see him in, whether or not he's promoting apartments or running from a T-Rex. He's basically the same thing that you see in every Jeff Goldblum role that he ever really plays. But it's fantastic because he's Jeff Goldblum and he puts a nice little colorful flowery spin on it. And it wasn't terrible. So we're not gonna count that. Some of the things that I loved in this movie were, again, the writing, the character placement. It's a Marvel film. I'm going to go crazy over a Marvel film anyway, especially with Avengers coming out next year. Avengers Infinity War. I get so freaking hype with Avengers. You don't have any idea. I mean, I've got a medal on my wall from a 5-movie marathon that I watched prior to Captain America Civil War coming out. It's a big medal. One of these days you'll probably see it on the back wall, but, you know, there it is. Some of the things I liked, again, were the special effects, the addition of the Hulk. He really brought the storyline together. But there were a few things in this movie, man, that I didn't particularly care for. And again, the villain Marvel-wide problem, we all know that. But the whole Thor universe is really this hodgepodge of different tones and settings and emotions. You had Thor, which was the introduction of the character, and everything looked a little fake, a little bit, the CGI was really terrible in that film, in my opinion. Then you had Thor the Dark World, and it was dark, it was gritty. You had the Dark Elves and one of the Infinity Stones. We found out what they was and what it is and where it came from. And it was just this huge battle and rain and dreary and dark clouds, and you get the idea. And then you've got Thor Ragnarok, which is like coming out of some 80s movie with rock and everything. It really had a Guardians of the Galaxy vibe to it, and that's fine, but Guardians of the Galaxy, you expect that from it. At this point with Thor, you really don't know what you're getting. It's a mixed bag. This is part of that mixed bag. It was a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, so did get some points off of that. As far as experience goes, they did shoot this in large format, IMAX 3D, regular 3D, and regular format. All 4 of them, okay? All 4 of the just unnecessary unless it's Prime, and 3D is unnecessary at this point. Now, anyway, if you're going to go for experience, again, I would definitely go to the experience. Pay your money, go to the movies. It's a great date night movie. It's a great by-yourself movie, popcorn thriller thing. Go see it. Again, it's a Marvel movie. You're going to love it regardless, especially if you love the other ones. But can it wait until it comes out on Blu-ray? Probably so. So, as far as experience goes, spend your money, but only if you really want to. Wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. You're probably going to get the same exact experience on a high-definition theater sound system in your own home that you can pause, and you don't have to pay astronomical prices for any kind of snacks at the theater. So, rating-wise, I guess with everything else, because it's such a mixed bag, and the villain thing, I'm gonna give this a quarter moon. And I know what you're thinking. I understand what you're thinking. That's just one up from the full moon. It's not the worst rating that I can give it, but it suffered a lot from being just ridiculous villain, and then the colors and everything, and then the tone of it was different from the other movie, which usually your Marvel movies follow a specific tone. So really, that's my reasoning. Quarter moon, not a bad movie. Actually, it was a really great movie in my opinion. Go see it in theaters if you want to. But my opinion, quarter moon all the way across the board. Yeah, and that about wraps it up for this review. If you guys liked what you saw in this video, please click the like button right down below. And if you didn't like it, click the dislike button. And have you seen Thor Ragnarok? Have you seen it? What did you think? Put your opinions right down below, and if there's any other movie or anything really that you'd like to see me review here on Midnight's Premiere, throw it down in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to try my best to get it on the internet for you to see. And if you want to keep up with all the latest news and videos here on Midnight's Premiere, click the subscribe button to keep up with all that amazing content that's going to be pouring out of this amazing channel. And as I said in my update video that I posted a few videos ago, we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2018. Okay? By the end of 2018, we want to have 1,000 subscribers on the channel. So share the crap out of this thing, man. Put it on all your social media, everything. Hand it out to your teacher, your nurses, whatever, on a piece of napkin. I don't really care, as long as they get it subscribed and they join this amazing family, because you guys are amazing. I know that you guys can get this done. So, again, thank you so much for this continued support. My name is Mr. Midnight. This has been another edition of Midnight's Premiere. Thanks for watching, guys.
Shut up